Le jeu est très bien, comme ça, tout le temps, tout le temps. Un gros point négatif. Qui fait que je pourrais même pas me permettre de conseiller en plein milieu de combat parce que vous êtes déco en fait. Le jeu est très bien par lui-même, mais voilà. Vraiment pénible. Donc on va recommencer le début du chapitre 5. Alors et bonjour à ceux qui viennent de se connecter. Je disais, le jeu est très bien, mais voilà. Le plus gros point négatif, c'est des décos. Des frises d'images pendant les combats. On a même l'impression que le jeu est multijoueur, alors que non. Et du coup, ben, je vais recommencer le combat. Putain, ce flux de merde. Attendez. On va faire. Seringue de sang. J'ai gagné une seringue de régénération rapide tout à l'heure. Je vois pas trop où ils me l'ont mis en fait. Non. 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 Ben écoutez. Ah, c'est dans mon dos, je me disais. Salut à toi. Ils m'ont fait la misère. Voilà, ça y est. Sérieux. Quand ça s'énerve, il n'y a plus personne. Bon, j'espère qu'il y aura pas de déco là, du coup. Je vais même pas aller ramasser les items. Je sais pas quoi faire. Parce que s'il y a une déco, je les ai tués. Je vais rentrer directement. Allez.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed.
Oh.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption. Important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
D'accord.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. I think we're safe
This
for now.
is an
I
outrage.
pursued and killed
We
the
shall
last
chase
couple
these
of my
intruders down.
hands as he tried to...
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Regarde qu'on va de ses mises.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Econ like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
If the poor soul survive at all.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Bébé, ma fille, tu trembles. comment tu t'es mise là? Alors, voilà. Excusez-moi.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Un temple Churchill. Je vais régler la luminosité 2 secondes. Voilà. Ouais, si on veut. C'est le contre-jour, je suis vraiment désolé.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Tu vas savoir à chaque fois. Excusez-moi, donnez-moi 2 secondes. Je vais enlever la lumière du soleil. À de suite. Allez. Donc. On va tourner à droite. Non.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
T'as dans le ventre, toi? Ah putain, ils sont revenus en arrière. C'est bien là-bas. Donc suppose je rentre là.
I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked, all right. I have this thirst for blood.
À mon avis, pour accéder au manoir, il faut passer par les égouts. Non. Oh. Je vais le calmer dès le début. Allez, t'en veux en deux. Allez, ça y est. Oui. Mister X, franchement. Donc. J'ouvre là, mais. D'abord, on va fouiller. Là, il n'y a rien. d'accord. Des escaliers en hauteur. Des valves. Escalier en hauteur, valve. C'est-à-dire qu'on doit pouvoir faire descendre les escaliers. Ok. Ah. Voilà qui vient. Voilà, on fait monter le pont.
I cannot enter.
On peut pas traverser. On fait monter le pont, on peut pas traverser. Est-ce qu'on peut passer là?
It's locked, all
On
right.
peut pas passer là. Ok. On va trouver. Vous allez là-haut. L'escalier mène à l'étage, donc. Faut faire ça. T'as une petite larme à l'œil, mon amour? Hein? Tout à l'heure, j'ai vu un tunnel. Voilà, ici. Bonjour monsieur.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Faut aller où quoi? Ah, je suis trop loin du... C'est pas par là en fait. C'était pas par ici. Là j'avais un bug. Non. Je vais me faire revenir en arrière, c'est pas bon. Mais où faut-il aller? Là, les valves, je les ai ouvertes. Problème, on peut pas passer par ici.
cannot enter.
On peut pas passer par là. On peut pas sauter là-haut. On peut pas ouvrir ici. Les ai ouvertes, les valves. Ah ouais, encore un coup. Ah ouais, ok. J'avais pas assez monté. Là-bas. J'ai fait le tour. Yes. J'ai fait le tour. On va remettre tout ça. Ouais. Ah. D'accord. Que j'ai
This is despicable.
la machette de Lise. Pauvre. Pauvre Louise. Bon, maintenant. Faut regrimper. Là, je peux pas passer. Ça, c'est vélo. Je suis où? Normalement, j'arrive au manoir. si je me suis pas trompé. Qu'est-ce qu'il y avait? Une bonne chose, quarantine, ouais. Temple Church. Oh! T'as vu quoi? C'est quoi ça dans les côtes, hein? Oh, je le rate. Ils ont tous à péter à chaque fois quand ils meurent. C'est un monde ça. Oh. Ah. C'est quoi ce truc? C'est un piège à con ça. Normalement, ou le carreleur est très mauvais ou ça déclenche des pièges. Hein.
It's locked.
T'es mort? T'es mort. Ah non, je m'éloigne là. Deep out. J'ai pas trouvé le manoir, mais j'ai trouvé un refuge. On va fouiller. D'accord, ça me fait sortir de l'autre côté. La one again a beast to fly. On oublie qu'on n'a aucune chance et on fonce. Quand je parle seul parce que je crois qu'il n'y a personne sur le live. Et c'est pas grave. Moi, les gens qui viendront, ils verront que voilà, on baisse pas les bras devant l'adversité. C'est des viewers invisibles en fait.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last.
Ça passe
But
qui
the
rate.
question
Hein.
remains.
Franchement, vous savez pas ce que vous ratez hein, si vous venez pas me voir. Je me dis pas PGM, mais j'ai un bon niveau. Dans certains jeux, bien sûr, parce que on a, ça adhère pas. Et par exemple, Days Gone, je l'ai fait en mode survie. J'ai fait toutes les hordes en mode survie d'ailleurs. Ouais, j'ai fait en mode réaliste Just of Us, le 1. Voilà, et recette. Recette, je l'ai fait dans tous les modes. Alors venez voir. Perdez rien, vous abonnez sur YouTube, sur mon YouTube. Vous me suivez ici. Le journal. Ah, Jean-Francis Sparrow. C'est le frère à Jack Sparrow.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
On ramasse les sous. On ramasse tout. Allez, on va aller là. C'est une sacrée demeure, hein. Putain, y a du pognon là.
It's locked, all right.
Et tu le crois.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
C'est moi le vampire ici.
Believe me, there is a huge difference between reading about vampires and waking up as one. I learned that myself the hard way.
Oh my God, man, stop your whining. I don't have time for your pointless jibber-jabber.
No.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
Oh mais sérieux.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
By doing so, you will also create two separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
Sérieux.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Oh là. Indice requis.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
Quel droit? Tu veux séparer des riches des pauvres? Non mais franchement. Voilà, c'est pas l'esclavage, hein. Oh. Sérieux. Le mec quoi. Deuxième clé. Putain, je continue de looter quoi. Il avait tellement de trucs sur lui le mec. Ou alors un sacré bug. Faites un rapport à Lord Grave. J'ai pas récupéré des clés pour en haut, non. Non, de toute façon en haut j'avais tout pris. En haut j'avais tout pris, allez. Il y a une porte de sortie. Là c'était tout bon. Je pourrais revenir après au pire. Un jardin intérieur, putain c'est magnifique. La maison qu'il a.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
He didn't survive the procedure. He was too weak.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You were given the simplest task.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor. And take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Non mais... Semblant de femme qui vous attend dehors. Quel enfoiré, putain.
Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you or that monstrosity you bring to my door.
Je peux te tuer, non? Tu m'insultes là comme ça, est-ce que je peux te tuer, putain? T'es fada, toi. Toi, t'es fada, franchement. Oh putain. C'est un fou le mec. Hein. Traite ma gonzesse qui m'attend dehors là. Parce qu'il ressemble à une femme. Non mais oh. Pas parce que c'est une vampire que de suite. Ouais, elle suce le sang et puis.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness, and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well, and he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Tell her I worry about her.
Do not. For she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Allez, go à l'hôpital. On va à l'hospice. Aïe. Après, je peux le récupérer le truc. Ah, ça je l'ai fait. J'avais pas le temps de le bouffer. Oh. Rentrer là. Donc les décors ils sont vraiment violents. C'est quoi ça déjà? Ah ouais, c'est Ascalon. Si je rentre dans Ascalon, ils vont faire la gueule des autres. Oh. C'est raté toi. Allez. Kingsbury Gate. Là c'est vide, il n'y a plus personne. Quand on arrive en ville, on arrive de nulle part. On est sans domicile, on est sans domicile. Allez. Récupère ce que tu avais dans les poches. Il a rien perdu, il a rien perdu lui non. Ok. Allez.
What is this truck?
Steady, boys! We've got
Other vampire hunters here.
Voilà. Ça dégage. Tout ça dégage.
over there! Oh, Christ! He's dead! Let's pin him down!
Voilà. Ils sont tous en train de faire les malins là. Putain. Voilà, après vous mourrez. Franchement. Et où ceux d'autres? Dans des Ghost Week. Ah, j'étais venu là déjà. Oh, ça déco, putain. Oh, j'ai pas de chance quoi. J'ai pas de chance, putain. Bon. Ben écoutez les amis, on va s'arrêter là sur une déco. Voilà, je suis désolé mais bon, 5 décos dans la journée c'est un peu trop là pour moi, à mon goût. Voilà, donc on se retrouvera quand je reprendrai, je serai à l'hôpital je pense, je vais m'y amener. Donc je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, une bonne fin de week-end et amusez-vous bien, suivez-moi. Abonnez-vous sur mon YouTube si vous voulez. Voilà, c'est gratuit. Voilà, c'est pas cher. Ça peut rapporter gros par la suite. Voilà. Allez, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, un bon week-end. Ciao, ciao.